Hello and welcome to Chase After the Right Price. This is an episode that was highly requested. It's one that people have been waiting for. You guys have been waiting for a long time. This is sports games worth buying. Let's do it.
Chase after the right price.
Alright guys, so I'm pretty excited about this one. This information has literally helped me to make thousands of dollars in profit through the years. This knowledge of sports games that are still worth money, that people still want. It's been so beneficial. I go to video game stores constantly. I have for years, and frequently these games are underpriced, so I'm able to buy them and sell them to make money to fund the collection and to fund my life, because this is a full-time income for me. So I wanted to share that information with you guys, and I'm excited to do that. But first I'm going to start with some of the sports games that are in my collection that I've actually purchased for a lot cheaper than what they're worth. So let's start with Pro Sport Hockey, which I actually got with the manual. And they did know that this was a game worth buying. This was at a video game store, but it was priced at $50. With the manual, that's a great deal. So let's look at eBay here. So you can see one with the manual sold for $100. That's probably a little bit undersold. They could have sold that for more, because you can see right under it the cartridge sold for $125. And here's the manual for $42. Cartridge for $100 plus $8.45 shipping. So this is definitely one to look out for. Pro Sport Hockey on the NES. One of the more common ones now that people know about is MLB 2K13. This used to be up at $40, $30-$40, but it's gone down a lot. Still at around $15, and you could find it at Goodwill for $3.99 pretty frequently. And the good reason the reason it's good to know about sports games is because they're everywhere, and people that just resell games and don't really have a lot of knowledge, they know about Mario, they know about Zelda, they're gonna know about Nintendo cartridges, but they'll look right over the sports games, and that's why they're still on the shelves at Goodwills and at thrift stores and garage sales and flea markets. Next up, this is also one of the more well-known ones, but if you don't know this one, you need to know it. NCAA Football 14. I've mentioned sports games quite frequently on the channel, so if you followed for a while, you know some that I buy all the time. This is one of those. You can see all day this game is selling for $45, $50 even. And you can find it out there for $5. At Christmas time, this is going to sell for more, and on Amazon it sells for even more than this, which is where I sell games usually, especially these sports ones. Alright, and one that you're probably not going to find, but I figured I would just show you. NCAA 2K3 for GameCube. This is probably the most rare game that I have in my collection. They made 5,000 copies of this game. Only on GameCube is it worth money, but you can see one sold for $125, one sold for $142. A new copy for $1,500 graded. I'm not into the whole sealed thing. $207. So to me, I would put it for at least $200 if I was going to sell it, because mine's complete and mint, and it's extremely rare. So that's a big one. If you ever see that, obviously pick it up. Okay, next up, I don't have this one in my collection, but I bought and sold this one dozens and dozens of times. Madden 12. I usually find this game for $7.99 or less at video game stores, at Goodwills. This one I find all the time. Sold a ton of copies on the PS2, but it is the last Madden on PS2. So this one is a must to look out for, and it sells for even more than this on Amazon. And then I recently bought this one in a video, and people were pretty surprised by this in the comments. Madden 09 on the original Xbox. This one's a little harder to find, but you'll still find it. It's still probably sold in the millions. of copies, so it's out there. On 360, it's not really worth anything, as you can see, but it's hard to find an original Xbox copy on eBay, but they're going to be at least $20 if they're complete. And then NBA 2K12 on PS2, just another example, 15 plus. Amazon, you're looking at 25 for a good complete copy. So it just shows that games that you would not expect to be worth money, sports games, they still can definitely be worth money. And expanding your knowledge for when you see these is just, it's huge. And it has literally made me thousands of dollars. So now let's get into the good stuff. Let's get into the list of games. Okay, so this is the pretty extensive list. I worked on this for a couple hours, put a lot of thought into it, and this is also just years of experience that have kind of added up to be able to make this list. The values are price chart. You can see a complete in-box price. So Madden 09, Xbox 2105 according to price chart. NHL Hits 2003 on Xbox, complete price is $10.11. I tried to basically make the list for sports games that are $10 or over, and a lot of these price chart values, I feel like they pull them only from eBay, and me as an Amazon seller, I'm usually able to get more for a good complete copy. I think people are willing to pay more on Amazon because of the guaranteed 2-day shipping, and they maybe just feel like they're gonna get a good product. It's easy to return, hassle-free, and especially at Christmas time, they're gonna pay up. So PS2, you can see we got Madden 12, NBA 2K12, NFL Street. It's a good rule of thumb. The weird ones like NFL Street, NBA Jam, NHL Hits, NBA Street, like those are very often worth money. So you definitely want to be looking into those if you see them out in the wild. And then we got DS games. So basically, like, the most common sports games that are worth money are the last one that was made on the system. So Madden 09 was also the last Madden on DS. That's worth $10.53 complete. Often more than that. MLB 2K12, same story. Then you got Backyard Hockey, pretty uncommon on the DS. That's why that's worth money. Same for Elf Bowling 1 and 2. Madden 12, again, that's a bread and butter game for me. MLB 2K12, NBA 2K12, NBA 2K13 on PSP. These games I'm finding all the time at the video game stores, and they're usually pretty cheap. Okay, Xbox 360, the bigs too, that's a big one. College Hoops 2K8, I just recently found that in an episode at a pawn shop for the PS3, paid $5. And PS3, it's actually worth even more, and I've got that on the list somewhere down the line. So there's a lot of sports games on Xbox 360. NCAA Football 14, obviously, that's going to jump out. NCAA Basketball 10, that's a big one. The last college basketball game made on 360 and PS3. So there's all sorts of games on this list. I've got Super Nintendo, NES, Sega Genesis, PS1, N64, Wii, Wii U, PS Vita, GameCube, PS3. And guys, I want you guys to have this list. I'm going to put it in the description. I'm not exactly sure how they'll let me put it in the description, whether that's Google Sheets or whether they'll let me put the Excel spreadsheet or a PDF. Either way, I'm going to get that to you guys. And I hope that you can use it as ammo. I hope it can make you some money. I hope it can, give you some knowledge and give you some power to be able to find these games out in the wild. And I'm pretty confident that it will, because these games are out there. You're going to find them. I think that if you really use this list, learn it, study it, I think that it's going to help a lot, guys. And I'm just happy to be able to help. That's one of my passions, is be able to help people. Whether you're doing this as a side hustle to make an extra income, to be able to do whatever, to go on vacations, to be able to be a little more generous, to buy somebody a car, or you're doing it full time, and this can help you to be able to make a living by doing this. I'm very happy to give you guys this list. And at the same time, I'm going to be launching my Patreon today. So I don't want you guys to feel obligated to join Patreon, but man, would I be honored and super happy if you could help support. And really, like, if you've learned something from this channel and you've been able to make some money, then you're the person that I would say, hey, maybe consider joining Patreon, giving $1 a month, giving $5 a month, whatever that might be. I would just be honored to have you guys' support. It takes a lot of time to do these videos. I love doing them, but if I can get a little support on Patreon, it would help me to be able to do even more and to be able to justify that. I work from home full time, and the videos I do kind of in my extracurricular time. So it can be a little bit hard to get out 1 or 2 videos a week, but I'm happy to do it. If I can get some Patreon support, man, that would just mean the world to me. It would help a bunch in being able to make these videos and being able to continue um, to bring value to you guys, to bring stuff like this that can help you make money, you know? So I would love for you guys to consider joining the Patreon. I'm going to have some extra benefits, some extra videos about Amazon FBA for Patreon people only. A lot of the tips and tricks that I use in my business um, will be on there. More lists like this. Um, as I make more lists, my listing template that I have, I'll be sharing that to Patreon supporters. So, just a lot of stuff that I use in my everyday business in any ways that I can help you guys out. Um, for helping me out, I'm happy to bring as much as I can. So thank you so much for considering doing that, and don't feel obligated. Like, I'm giving this list out no cost because I want to help you guys. So enjoy the list, learn from it, and don't feel obligated to join Patreon. Only do that if you really want to. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. It means a lot. It's an amazing community. The comments always mean a lot to me. Just that you guys appreciate what I'm doing. It really helps to get those comments, and I can feel the sincerity behind them. So you guys are awesome. You're an amazing community, and I'm just so thankful to have you guys watching these videos. So have an awesome day, awesome week, and go out there and kill it with some awesome sports games. Bart'll do. See you guys.